truth.
So I'll tell you what I'll do.
No,
Since we're talking and being calm, will you answer one question for me, and I won't say another word to the state trooper. Am I being detained?
You have been stopped until I can get a trooper here to have a talk with you, because you cannot talk to me.
On August 4th, 2021, William Barnwell and his wife were driving home to Alabama after a vacation in Cherokee County, North Carolina. Barnwell says the driver ahead of him, a North Carolina probation and parole officer named Harold Mashburn, was going under the speed limit in the left lane for miles. So when the lane cleared, Barnwell passed him on the right. Moments later, Mashburn held up a badge and motioned for Barnwell to pull over. Barnwell did. Welcome to Badge Done Right, where we spotlight law enforcement done right. If you're new here, hit subscribe and join us. Now let's get into the story.
Sir, you can film me all day long. If you're a police officer, you should have a body camera. Because you're not a police officer. It says right there you're a probation officer. I'm not on probation. I've never been in trouble for anything.
In the state of Alabama,
tell my camera again how you're a police officer.
Well, you answered my question. I've answered yours. Now, let me ask you a question. In the state of Alabama, what are your probation officers considered to be?
I have no idea. We're not in Alabama.
Okay. Do you live in Alabama? Because your tag says you're in
I guess when a police officer gets here, we'll determine a whole bunch of stuff.
Okay.
How often do you pull someone over?
How often? I pull people over.
How often do you drive in the left lane for 5 miles going 48 miles an hour?
I wasn't doing 48 miles an hour, sir.
So how fast were you going?
I was doing 55.
And what happened?
You come flying up on
No, when I passed you, I was going 48 miles an hour. But if your car here, that's not a police car, had the radar in it, you would know how fast I was going.
Yes, sir. And I'm able to do speed estimations.
I'm sure you will be. I guess when your real police officer gets here, I'm sure I'm going to get some tickets.
All right. Well, you just stay tight. Just hang tight, okay?
What's your name? Would you like to identify yourself?
Have you going to give me your driver's license?
You're not a police officer.
Okay, then you just sit tight.
So you're refusing to identify. You're refusing to identify yourself.
Just sit tight.
You're refusing to identify yourself, even though you pulled me over.
Sit tight.
Then Barnwell declined to hand over his ID because Mashburn wasn't a police officer. He was a probation and parole officer. Those officers supervise people serving probation or parole, and their powers vary a lot from state to state. Some are sworn peace officers, some are closer to court officials doing social work style supervision. North Carolina sits on the narrow end. Under North Carolina General Statutes, Section 15-205, a probation officer's job is to investigate and supervise the people assigned to them, and that role does carry the power of arrest in the execution of his duties. But those duties are about probationers, not the driving public. Pulling over a random motorist for how he changed lanes simply isn't part of that job. So under North Carolina law, Mashburn was almost certainly acting outside his authority.
Am I being detained? Am I being detained, sir? Because I've got to go home. Are you detaining me? Are you detaining me? Am I being detained? Hey, I'm going to step out. Because you're... Am I being detained because I need to be on my way? Is this a lawful stop? Am I being detained? Are you detaining me? Are you detaining me? Is that hard to understand? Because you know this is not legal.
Barnwell kept asking one question, am I being detained? Mashburn wouldn't answer, and that question matters more than it sounds. Under the Fourth Amendment, you're seized when an officer's show of authority, lights, a badge, an order to stop, would make a reasonable person believe they aren't free to leave, and you actually submit to it. The Supreme Court confirmed in a 2007 case, Brenlin versus California, that a traffic stop seizes everyone in the vehicle, driver and passengers alike. Barnwell was waved down with a badge, told not to leave, and he complied. By that standard, he was seized, which means the stop only holds up if Mashburn had the authority to seize him in the first place, and that's exactly what's in doubt.
This is not legal. And you know this. Hey, I'm going to leave now because you won't tell me if I'm being detained or not. Am I being detained? Say it. Say it. Sir, am I being detained? Will you say those words? You can either, am I free to leave? Am I free to leave? So I am being detained. Why don't you answer that? You're not talking to anybody now. What am I being detained for?
Well, if you paid attention to me and listened to me a few minutes ago, I was trying to explain all this to you, sir, but you did not wish to listen to me. You wanted to talk over me.
Am I being detained? I'm gonna go home now. I'm going home now. Am I free to go? Am I being detained? So now he's gonna get my tag number. How long does a Terry stop last, sir?
I'm not doing a Terry stop.
So what am I being detained for? Am I being detained?
Aggressive driving.
Am I being detained?
Aggressive driving is what you've done, sir.
Sir, you know you pulled me over 15 minutes now. How long is the Terry stop?
About 15 minutes in, Barnwell asked how long this could possibly go. The Supreme Court has actually answered that. In the 2015 case, Rodriguez versus United States, the court held that a traffic stop can only last as long as it takes to handle the reason for the stop and basic safety checks. An officer can run a license or check for warrants, but can't stretch the stop out on a hunch without reasonable suspicion of something more. North Carolina's own Supreme Court said the same thing in its 2020 decision, State versus Reed. But here's the catch. That entire clock assumes a lawful stop to begin with. Mashburn's problem wasn't that he extended a valid stop too long, it's that he likely had no authority to make the stop at all. And the reason it dragged past 30 minutes? He was standing there waiting for actual police to show up.
Can you call your supervisor? Call your supervisor, please, right now. Thank you. Hey, you see that? If you're out here patrolling the highways.
Yeah, I got one person at a time that I can deal with, sir.
How fast was that car? You're an expert on speed. How fast was that car going?
Wait. Just calm down. Just calm down. One, if you relaxed and had a conversation with me here, we'd probably both going about our ways doing our jobs. You going home and me going to do my job. You understand what I'm trying to tell you?
I understand what you're trying to say.
The only thing I was doing was stopping you, getting you pulled over so one, you calm down and quit endangering other people's lives.
I wasn't endangering nobody's
Yes,
lives.
sir. Yes, sir.
We're in more danger when you got me pulled over right here than we were out here going up and down this highway.
Possibility of truth.
So I'll tell you what I'll do.
No,
Since we're talking and being calm, will you answer one question for me, and I won't say another word to the state trooper. Am I being detained?
You have been stopped until I can get a trooper here to have a talk with you because you cannot talk to me.
Why is that not a yes or no question?
Well, because I've done answered that question. You asked me, are you being detained? I've said, you have been stopped.
But you won't say, am I free to leave then? Since you won't answer
I've
that
already
one.
answered that question.
So you won't say if I'm being detained
I've
or not?
already answered that question, sir.
Hey, sir.
Yes, sir.
How are you?
I'm good.
Good. Hey, look, I don't really fully understand what
Me either.
we're doing right here. Okay, so he just felt like you were aggressively coming up on him. He's a probation officer. Okay, so I'm not gonna write you for anything. I'm not doing anything like that. Okay, you got your insurance here.
I'm
sure
wound
your
up,
license
and
are good.
you're
I understand.
unwinding me. I appreciate
understand,
that.
Okay, so where you headed to? You headed back home?
Home to Alabama.
Okay. All right. So look, it's one of those things. Okay. You may have come up on him a little quick. He may have, it's one of them things. Okay. So as long as, like I said,
I'm good. I'm good now. I'm calm my way down.
I don't have anything to write you for. I don't have anything like that. I'm not going to do any. Even if I'm not going to. It's not my stop. He just feels, he just felt like you come up on him a little hard. You might have been a little aggressive. So if that is the case, let's just back it down a little bit. You're nearly to Georgia anyway. So,
That's why I say I can
you know
see it.
what
I
I'm saying?
appreciate it.
After about 30 minutes, a North Carolina state trooper arrived and let Barnwell go without a citation. Barnwell posted the footage to his own channel, and it drew local news coverage. A North Carolina Department of Public Safety spokesperson stated plainly that Mashburn did not have the authority to stop other vehicles and that the department was looking into it. About a year later, the local paper reported that Mashburn had retired. The person who saved this whole situation wasn't wearing the badge that started it. When the trooper pulled up, he had every easy option to side with the man holding a badge. He didn't. He listened, sized it up, and recognized that the driver hadn't done anything that justified holding him on the shoulder of a highway, so he let him go, quickly, and without a ticket. No ego, no circling the wagons, just a fair read of the facts. Barnwell did his part too. Faced with someone he couldn't confirm had any authority over him, he didn't run and he didn't escalate. He pulled over, stayed calm, kept his camera rolling, and called 911 to get a real officer to the scene. That's not defiance. That's how you protect yourself and let the system correct its own mistake. And the stop that started all of it? Strip away the badge, and what's left is a simple reminder. Authority isn't a feeling, and it isn't a piece of metal you wave out a car window. It's defined, and it has limits. One officer that day either didn't know where his limits were or ignored them. The trooper knew exactly where his authority began and ended. That's the whole difference, and it's the difference this channel is about. That's the story out of Cherokee County, North Carolina. Proof that good policing isn't the exception, it's a choice officers make every single day. Subscribe, stay sharp, and remember, accountability works both ways. I'll see you in the next story.